Someone who looks at the situation as it is, taking the things as they are, is a realist. In contrary, someone who looks at things as he/she desires is an idealist.
The Crimean crisis is a political and territorial conflict that started when the Ukrainian Protestants overthrew the government that Russia had provided. In response, Russia sent troops saying they were to protect Russian groups living there. The conflict became worse when people who wanted Russia's government back started protesting in Crimea against the new government, which caused more tension between both countries.
The Kurds ethnic group had been living without land for the last century, but had stayed in colonies in the Middle East. But in mid-2013, the Islamic State invaded the land occupied by the Kurds in northern Syria, leading to a war between the Kurds forces and the IS. Because of the fight of ethnicities, it was an ethnic conflict.
The Syrian crisis and civil war started in March of 2011, when the population protested peacefully about children's releasement, democracy and real freedom. During those protests, the government's army answered, opening fire and killing 4 people. This obviously ended up filling people's thoughts with shock and fear, but also with anger and rage. This started the civil war against the government, but also the massive movement of refugees to neighbor states, such as Jordan, Egypt, Lebanon, Iraq, and Turkey.
The Darfur genocide started in 2003 with the rebel group from Darfur taking over the Fasher airport. This was used by the Sudanese government as a perfect excuse to bomb and burn the houses of some minorities in Darfur, ending up with a genocide that was disguised as an ethnic conflict when it was really a political one.
The Islamic State has its beginning in the United States invasion of Iraq in 2003, when the majority group Shia and the minority Sunni clashed for power. Since Saddam Hussein was a Sunni oppressing the Shia majority, the Shia took power and started to oppress Sunni. The Islamic State was one of the biggest rebel groups fighting Saddam Hussein's regime, and financed by the United States after the revolution, they wanted to take power over Iraq and Syria, giving as a result the total annihilation of other regime groups. This in order to
The conflict between Israel and Palestine takes place in the borders of the city of Gaza. This is a territorial conflict and at certain point religious also. It started in 1948 when Jewish people wanted a new country, so the UN gave them half of the territory of Palestine. But in 1967, after another war, Israel occupied also Palestinian areas, and Israeli troops stayed there for years. When they left, a group called Hamas won the election and took control of it. Since then, Israel has held Gaza under blockade.
When loyalty and devotion to a nation confronts with another nation, consciously exalting one nation above the other, are those between two or more ethical groups that have disagreements and common dissent. Talks about universal principles, but fights over specific idols. Is a disagreement over the possession control of land between two or more territorial entities, or over the possession or control of land. Conflict based on natural resources that can rely in the economic of a nation for the growth of itself.